Anda kembali menyaksikan special report dari Perhelatan Gaste 2024 di Houston. Di segmen ini kami akan hadirkan diskusi panel antara CEO Pertamina International Shipping Yoki Firnandi dan Managing Director of NYK Group Europe Norway yang dipandu oleh jurnalis CNBC Indonesia Syarifah Rahma berikut ini.
Let's start our discussion today and explore the transformative steps being taken to advance sustainability and efficiency in the shipping industry. So the first question I would like to ask Pak Yoki, how is Pertamina International Shipping ensuring the reliability of energy supply chains amid global geopolitical changes and challenges, especially as we know that we're facing the geopolitical tension and also the volatility of energy supply and prices?
Well, thank you, Syarifah. First of all, I'd like to extend my appreciation to everyone, and it's been a pleasure to be able to be a panel together with Enders today. To address your question, I'd like to see it from Pertamina's standpoint, not only Pertamina International Shipping, and especially what we've done in Indonesia, given the complexity of our operation in Indonesia to ensure the reliable supply chain of the energy. So in terms of the reliability of the supply chain, I think it is a collaborative effort within the Pertamina groups to ensure that we have a mechanism to make sure that in the planning side, we know what to do in the next few months, and also to build such operation to support the demand of the energy in Indonesia. Given the growing demand of Indonesia, and as well as the about 40% of the energy requirement coming from the importation, I think it is really important for Pertamina Group to make sure that in terms of the planning, in terms of the operation, we implement the best mechanism to make sure that we can minimize every disruption that might happen during the operation. In particular, to Pertamina International Shipping role in ensure the sustainability and also reliability of the supply chain, we know that first thing to do, we need to make sure that in our operation we supply enough capacity, in this case enough tonnage, to support the domestic operation and also the importation. Annually, we carry about 160 billion liters of energy across Indonesia, and there are about 20,000 shipments annually. So this is a huge operation. So to make sure that we have enough capacity, we need to have some kind of portfolio of fleet source, ranging from our own fleet, our time charter, and also some spot charter ships. And in order to do so, we need to strong partnership with our esteemed partners to make sure that every time we have some disruption or glitches in our operation, we know what to do. We have a backup system to make sure that there is no stock up everywhere in Indonesia. So I think those are the things that we do. And given the challenges recently about geopolitical and also some uncertainty, I think it is part of our process where the risk management is also important. So where all the potential disruption are evaluated, and also we come with the mitigation as well. So that's what normally we do in Indonesia, in Pertamina International Shipping, to ensure that as part of the energy company, we do our role efficiently and to make sure that that the supply chain is can be done as smooth as we can. Yeah.
Okay. Could you elaborate on Pertamina's effort to modernize and expand its energy infrastructure? What are the key goals and milestones in this process?
Yeah, I think the effort to modernize and expanding infrastructure is the most logical things to do, especially what is happening in Indonesia now. We have some aging facilities ranging from the ships and also the terminals. That's the first challenge, and the second challenge is how we anticipate the future demand for the current type of energy or the future type of energy. So, like it or not, as the company that is responsible for the entire supply chain, we need to modernize and expand the infrastructure to meet those challenges. So what we do now, especially in shipping, we already plan to rejuvenate and modernize more than 130 ships in the next 7 years in order to basically modernize our operation. And at the same time, we need to invest in some new ships for the future type of energy and requirement as well. For instance, the things that being done together jointly with NYK, we try to grow the CCS transportation in Indonesia. Just to give you a bit of understanding about it, early of this year, Indonesian government issued a presidential decree for the CCS importation for the cross-border, which is a good sign that Indonesia is ready. As the major player in Indonesia for the shipping transportation, in particular in energy, like it or not, we need to move faster in order to anticipate the future demand for the CCS. That's one example, our role and why we need to modernize our ships. And secondly, in the terminal business, we know that currently Indonesia is huge in the traditional hydrocarbon, and in the future with all these transition efforts that we know that future of Indonesia, I believe, if I'd like to project that Indonesia might transition towards the gas, where currently the gas infrastructure is not fully developed, and even though there are some efforts to develop such infrastructure, it is not well consolidated. So as the biggest energy company in Indonesia, I think it is our role to ensure that we can invest and build some facilities to ensure that the entire supply chain for the gas is well established to meet the future demand of the gas. And similar type of infrastructure we will develop going forward. But some of this initiative is still in the early stage. That's what we do now, why we need to expand and also modernize the shipping and the entire infrastructure for the energy in Indonesia.
Okay. So do you see this as a huge opportunity
Yes.
in energy transition for
Yes.
the business?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And Anders, talking about the opportunities, what are the opportunities do you anticipate for globally, especially talking about the energy transitions, as we already hear previously from Yoki, what are the key strategies from PIS? So what do you think about this one, and what the opportunity that we can capture on this stage?
Well, my favorite topic will always be carbon capture and storage, CCS value chains. And the way that the partnership with PIS with NYK, and the way we can develop a sort of a new business for Indonesia, for PIS, and for NYK is an extraordinary opportunity. When we look into all the volumes of CO2 that will be captured over time in order to secure a smooth transition, the green transition for the society as such, I think that those volumes will represent a huge business opportunity for all parties involved. There are some obstacles, there are some challenges going forward. It will need time, but I think we will get there in time, because CCS as such represents a big value for societies on a global basis, and the only way we can act responsibility in taking the society's needs for energy into consideration, as well as reducing the emissions, then CCS is a perfect solution. And I think that the way NYK has been engaged in this industry in the making over the last years is evidencing or showing the potential, huge business potential here. And it's about understanding technology, understanding CO2 as a cargo, understanding shipping, value chains, regularity, all those matters that we and PIS already possess. So this is a great opportunity for us to be an active contributor to the energy transition that we all are facing and will face going forward.
Okay, thank you, Anders. And Yoki, would you like to add more points on the collaboration between PIS and NYK, especially on this carbon capture and storage or CCS project?
Well, I think when it comes to the collaboration with NYK, there are many things that I can discuss, but I'd like to summarize what we do with NYK. We've started all the collaboration and the strategic alignment with NYK back in 2017, where back then what we did mostly on the tanker side, but over time this collaboration getting more intense, where in 2022 NYK become part of Pertamina International Shipping. And since then, we already agreed several aspects of business collaborations. For instance, like on the LNG side, we know NYK is one of the biggest player in the LNG side. And as I told you, as a nation, we try to develop the infrastructure for the LNGs in Indonesia to serve the entire nation with enough supply of gas, in this case LNGs. And we know that NYK is the right party to help us to develop the entire shipping system for the LNGs in Indonesia. That's first. And secondly, in terms of the capability building, that we know NYK have a really good reputation in their operation, and we know we have to learn more. And the other part, and in this case, the ship management collaboration is the thing that we already agreed on to develop together, especially in Indonesia. And the latest one is the CCS. I think CCS, I talk a lot with Anders. We met mid of this year, learned from the best one about CCS. They have started earlier than us. And we just try to get into the CCS transportation. And I think it is good. Our strategic partner, in this case NYK Group, has started their job really well. And we learned a lot. How, based on their learning in the past, what can we do in Indonesia as well? And based on our discussion, CCS, especially the transportation, is not as easy as we thought, right? It's much more complex, and I think what we've done with NYK now and in the future will give an answer to all these challenges, but at the same time give some certainty to the government, to the players, to the emitters, that we are ready. And we are part of the value chains that can serve their shipping requirement for the CCS, especially the cross-border to Indonesia and in the region. That's what we do.
What is the expectation from both of you, from NYK in collaboration with PIS, not only on this CCS project, but also in all of the partnerships that have been already done right now?
Well, okay. Allow me to answer about it. Well, I think what we've done with NYK shows strong commitment of both entities that jointly we try to grow together. Given the challenges of the current energy industry, where the demand keep growing, but at the same time we need to support the energy transition everywhere in the world, right? And so that's why I think from our standpoint to have a partner like NYK is helping us to accelerate all the initiatives that we are going to do, right? In Indonesia or outside Indonesia, that's first. And secondly, I believe the world is big enough. There are plenty of projects that we will do together. That's what we expect. And the more we do all the things together, the trust build up, and we are sure that it's going to be a strong collaboration, not only today, but also in the future as well. That's how I see it.
And it will make PIS and NYK bigger together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Anders, from your perspective?
Well, I couldn't agree more with Yoki with what he said now. I think a long-term relationship is based on mutual trust, respect, and that we are aligned in what we want to achieve. And I think that's very easy to say that we are very much aligned. And I think that complementary competencies and experiences will make us stronger together than we are independently. So I'm very much looking forward to continue the relationship and to do business together.
Yes.
That's the intention.
Demikian special report dari perhelatan Gasteh 2024 di Houston, CNBC Indonesia, Beyond Business.